showed also that the reason why most of them came to get tested was because of the volunteers, because they had this understanding and trust. They were being told by ERP prisoners, that it's not a death sentence anymore. If you get it, it can be managed. And the stigma which existed around, particularly in prisons, around HIV, was able to be reduced where more people were talking about it because it was being brought up in conversation. That's my alarm telling me I've only got 10 or 15 minutes now. Sorry, about 5 minutes. Again, there's a very good video showing the consultant, Dr. Lyons, working with volunteers, and these volunteers doing their work, and the story of a guy called Ryan, which is a really interesting. It's only about...
are women, and the main age is 56 years old. At the vast majority are head of household with at least 2 people living in their house. Most of this household has between 1 or 2 incomes, and the majority live in the capital of Uruguay, which is Montevideo. About the health provider, most receive private care. And let's see this in graphics. We can have here the sex and the age. We can see that we have the point here, and because the rheumatoid arthritis it's diagnosis in these years, so we have the about the sex, okay, the female. Let's go to the participant characteristics. Also, most are retired, private employees and pensioners. And regarding to education, it's divided between completed primary school, incomplete lower secondary, in Uruguay's basic cycle, incomplete upper secondary, in Uruguay's high school, and only the 12% complete the university.
We also can tell the extension plight of breast cancer. We know that breast cancer we separate it to 3 subtypes. First of all, the ER/PR positive, hormone positive. It takes about 65 to 70%. And the next we call HER2, human epithelial HER2 positive, takes about 15 to 20%. And the third is the most difficult to treat. We call TNBC, triple negative breast cancer. Okay, and then the now real situation right now, no matter the patient, the first one or second one, they need to take the chemotherapy as well. Maybe after that, they take the radiotherapy. But all of this, they suffer lots of side effects. And maybe after 10 to 14 months to develop drug resistance. It's a hard situation. And some research also shows that chemotherapy also accelerates the metastasis and the recurrence of cancer. Okay? So, this is all the herbs we use today. Because I try to explain all the herbs, but maybe it's another class, maybe one semester. I just want to tell you that all these herb methods combined together in ancient document.
And then performance, so challenges with outsourcing and being able to provide medicines to patients on a global level. So all of that is energy and resource efficiency underlined also. So working in the industry for many years, and we work with many different customers, customer groups and challenges with all of the top 20 pharma companies. Here are just a snapshot of some of them, so you'll see large pharma companies, but also smaller companies, innovation centres and research centres that are working with Siemens on very many different topics. At Siemens, we believe the game changer is really about combining the real and the digital worlds. So what does that mean? In a nutshell, it comes down to using simulation and digital twin technology combined with real-time data capture to get you the information you need to make the best decisions based on trusted data. Combining the real with the digital world with this comprehensive digital twin approach, looking at the life cycle of both the product and the production to design, realize and optimize what you want to make with a continuous loop of optimization. So let me start with something that every scientist in this room has experienced. You run an experiment, you follow the protocol, you get promising results. But when your colleague tries to replicate it, the same setup and the same materials, the outcome is different. So maybe the data was stored in a different format, maybe the metadata was missing, maybe the experiment was logged in a notebook.
Our health science center that has 5 faculties: medicine, dentistry, allied health, pharmacy, and the new addition, the public health. Squamous cell carcinoma has been a very devastating disease and affecting a lot of lives. And it is very alarming that despite all the advancement, treatment is still coming and claiming more fatalities. Some epidemiology to start with. It's the most common squamous cell carcinoma of the head and neck. About 90% of the head and neck malignancy in the head and neck region. It can arise from any or all part of upper aerodigestive tract, namely the oral cavity, the nasopharynx, hypopharynx, oropharynx, floor of the mouth, and the lips for those who are being exposed to ultraviolet light radiation. Of all these sites, the oral cavity is where this most commonly arises, the squamous cell carcinoma. The oral squamous cell carcinoma has climbed up to become the 6th most common global malignancy worldwide, affecting 500 people, 1,000 people each year, with death fatality of 350,000 every year. So it's very alarming. 4% of malignancy in men occurs in the orofacial region, where 2% of malignancy in women occurs for
risk marker. The time from 10 years, from 2015 till 2025. Our methodology is umbrella review, systematic of systematic. We follow the PRISMA guideline. Search strategy, we search about 5 database in search strategy. Our keyword is type 2 diabetes, digital health, systematic review, meta-analysis, mobile application, blood glucose is many, but this is the most of them. Our inclusion, English language systematic review and metabolic and meta-analysis. Inclusion criteria, systematic review and meta-analysis, English language and adult population. Excluded primary study and any duplicate. In methodology, this is the hard work to do with my colleagues. 2 independent reviewer, title, abstract, full text screening, conflict resolved by 3rd reviewer. We found more than 1,500, and our inclusion criteria 13 included review paper.
One guideline for everyone. No common in the European Union, no common in the American Association of Microbiology, which is the problem. So one of the guidelines, I'm going to say it like this, says that you cannot test kids which are younger than 2 years old. It's not so effective. But our research showed that newborn in neonatology who born in not so good health, let's say it like this, used antibiotic therapy for more than 3 days, get affected from Clostridium difficile. Unfortunately, because they don't have the immune system in their gastrointestinal tract, they don't have the immunoglobulin M and immunoglobulin G to know if that is pathogen. They don't know is it a pathogen or it's not a pathogen. That's why they keep it from themselves. But unfortunately, when they go home and their parents, grandparents, etc., they get infected, and that's where the problem starts. So we kind of start to evaluate the risk of the lab misdiagnostic, because unfortunately, most common in the laboratories and in hospitals, we use the deoxyrin liaison fast detection, which detection gives you the GDH toxin and toxin A and B. If the Clostridium difficile,
we explored the mean number of TF particles required to each average state. This mean time, mean numbers can described by such a formula. From this formula, we can know the further change in protein expression must spend a long time to attain the average state for longer and protein half-lives. Longer the half-life means alpha and mu are much smaller. And this figure shows P21. P21 is a P53 target gene. P21
patient and they're trying to get to know you. Then you speak with them about the circle of control. I kind of superimpose this over Maslow's hierarchy of needs because you might want to address your need to have 150 minutes of cardio activity every week, but if you don't have a house, your lifestyle attempts to change your lifestyle choices isn't going to work if you're not meeting more basic needs. Thinking report is the crux of this. You can find a thinking report online. It's a basic one sheet that helps the patient own it. Motivational interviewing dialogue. Just because the science and the medicine is simple for all of you doesn't mean that it's simple for patients. And finally, I do have a heart education failure booklet. I have copies if people would like to take it with them. I'm also more than happy to send anyone a digital copy that can be printed out and given to nursing teams for assistance off network. Tool 1, the blind shove. So if you close your eyes and you imagine that you're standing at the edge of a sidewalk and someone shoves you and you have an immediate reaction, you're ticked. If you were to open your eyes, turn around and see that that person was blind, would you feel differently? I think I would. I would not be angry that the person shoved me because they couldn't see. So this goes to show the patient that what you think and what you believe can have a direct impact on your response. Ham ends. There's 20 women, all of them cut off either end of their ham before putting it into the oven. None of them know why they do this. They finally go and ask their great